Millions of voters in the UK are heading to the polls today. Elections are being held for the Welsh and Scottish parliaments, as well as dozens of English councils. It's seen as a key test for British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, whose leadership could be challenged if the results are as expected for his Labor Party, as polls predict. SBS Chief International Correspondent Ben Lewis reports tonight from the town of Port Talbot on the Welsh coast. It's an area which has been a Labor stronghold for decades, but is now facing unprecedented change.
The steelworks loom large over Port Talbot. Molten steel has run through the veins of the town for more than a century. It's been the heart of the local economy. But in 2024, the last blast furnace was shut. A new electric furnace will cut emissions, but the transition has led to the loss of more than 2,000 jobs. Cassius Walker Hunt was one of those laid off. He chose not to leave in search of work, opening a coffee shop instead. But he says times are getting tougher.
Initially we had a lot of payouts. The people who did lose their jobs had a lot of money, including myself. And there was a lot of government support at the time. That's all gone now.
This election, he's backing the Welsh nationalists, Plaid Cymru.
They're for the Welsh people. They want to, instead of looking at Westminster, they're looking for the Welsh people first. So I think that's very important, because at the minute, it's all our decisions are being made over there and not being made at home.
The party's ultimate goal is Welsh independence, although its candidate in this seat says it's not a key issue at this election.
We want to see an independent Wales eventually, but we know that there are far deeper rooted problems that we need to resolve here and now. For example, the cost of living crisis and supporting people with that.
Labor has held power in Wales since the Senedd, that's the Welsh Parliament, was established 27 years ago. On the Port Talbot beachfront, we meet Peter, who had a 50-year career at the steelworks. He's always voted Labor and never thought he'd see the day the party would have to fight to control this working-class region.
It used to be said you put a donkey up for Labour and they walk in. But in the last few years, I've seen a difference. You know, people are getting more, choosy and running Labour down.
Peter heads off on his walk. Tom strolls by. He's backing Nigel Farage's Reform UK.
I think things just need a bit of a shake-up. I think, I'm not saying they're the long-term answer, but I think getting them in, I just want to see a bit of change. I think we see the same old thing happening all the time. Put British interests first.
Frustration with the traditional parties is what Reform is banking on, as is anger over immigration, despite the fact this part of Wales is more than 400 kilometres from where most migrants arrive in small boats.
It is definitely a concern of a lot of the voters that I'm speaking to. There is a lot of frustration and anxiety, particularly around the illegal migration and the impacts that that might be having on local communities.
So many voters here have said that they are basing their decision not on local issues, things the Welsh Parliament can control, but on dissatisfaction with the Labor government in London. The same thing's happening in Scotland too, and that's a huge problem for Keir Starmer. Because if Labor's losses in Wales, Scotland and the English councils are as devastating as predicted, it makes a challenge to his leadership much more likely. Reform's turned the prospect into a campaign slogan.
Vote Reform, get Starmer out.
The PM's largely been kept off the campaign trail, leaving others to speak for him.
We all want change and we want to deliver as quickly as possible. And sometimes the frustration with that pace of change means that people aren't quite seeing and feeling it.
Many in Wales would agree with that.
My dad was a coal miner, so he was entrenched in us really in the valleys. We're all working class, so Labour were the party of the working class people, or were thought of that way. But I'm a little bit disillusioned with it all at the moment.
In an area so defined by its industrial history and its rapid decline, there's a clear desire for change. In Port Talbot, Ben Lewis, SBS World News.